Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this reaches you, however this reaches you. I go by the name Big Papita, and today we're going to go over the first part of the agreement. But first, I would like to shout out the shop stewards at the following yards for Compton: Steve Klistoff, Raul Lopez, Hector Ramirez. At Long Beach, Henry Bonilla, Adam Juarez, Terry Pouncey, Robert Trotter. At the Sun Valley Yard, Manny Chavez, Jose Figueroa, Luis Esoria, Gonzalo Polito, Henry Reyes, Ruben Vega. At West Valley, Daniel Ortiz. Now, this is an agreement between Waste Management, the LA Metro Compton District, Long Beach District, Sun Valley District, and West Valley District, and Package and General Utility Drivers Local Union number 396, affiliated with the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, effective October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2026. So I'm going to cover the agreement. This agreement is made and entered into by and between Package and General Utility Drivers Local Union number 396, affiliated with the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, hereinafter referred to as a union, and Waste Management Compton District, Long Beach District, Sun Valley District, West Valley District, hereinafter referred to as the company or employer, collectively hereinafter referred to as the parties. Now, I'm not going to read every single line from the agreement, but the coverage of agreement breaks down all positions that are included and all positions that are excluded. The positions that are excluded are office employees, office clerical employees, professional employees, outside salesmen, guards, and supervisors as defined in the... Now, keep in mind, I will be skipping certain parts, certain sections that I feel like aren't that important. But I'll start with Section 5, checkoff dues, deductions. The employer shall deduct on the first payday of each month from the wages due and payable to those employees who authorize the employers in writing to do so, the regularly monthly dues and initiation fees. All money so deducted by the employer shall be forwarded to the office of the union by the employer as promptly as may be consistent with the employer's accounting procedures, but in no event later than the 15th day of the month in which these monies were deducted. So that just means that the first payday of the month, you pay your union dues, your union fees to the union, and it's going to get taken out no later than the 15th. That's just basically all the language says. Section 6 talks about the union bulletin board, which means like every yard should have a union bulletin board. Ours is located near the time clock. I think that's what this paragraph talks about. The employer agrees to provide a glass enclosed bulletin board in a visible area. Postings by the union on such board shall be confined to official business of the union. Bulletin boards shall be located in close proximity to the time clocks. Regularly used by employees covered under this agreement. Keys to bulletin board shall be provided to the union. So it's basically what I just said. You should have a bulletin board where you learn what events or what things are, any kind of information that the union is trying to give us regarding anything. There should be a bulletin board near the time clock. Union visitation, which is section 7. An authorized representative of the union shall have access to the employer's premises during working hours for the purpose of adjusting disputes, investigating working conditions, collection of dues, and ascertaining that this agreement is being adhered to. The union or its representative shall utilize exercise of this privilege in such a manner so as to not to interrupt the operations of the employer. Union representatives shall notify the employer when they enter the premises. Union representatives agree to wear all applicable PPE, personal protective equipment, at all times while in a work area. That's self-explanatory. That the union representatives have the right to kind of make sure that everything is going good, everything is running according to the agreement. That gives them the right to, show up, long as they have their PPE on, which is usually a vest. So that's pretty much that, right? Union stewards. I'm not sure if all of the gentlemen I mentioned at the beginning are union stewards, but I'm assuming that. So Section 8 is about union stewards, right? The employer recognizes the right of the local union to designate union stewards. The authority of union stewards so designated by the local union shall be limited to and shall not exceed the following duty and activity: the transmission of information which shall originate with and is authorized by the local union or its officers, provided such information has been reduced in writing. Union stewards have no authority to take strike action or any action interrupting the employer's business except as authorized by official action of the local union. The employer and union recognize these limitations. The employer shall have the authority to impose proper discipline, including discharge, in the event the union steward has taken authorized strike action, slowdown, or work stoppage in violation of this agreement. So, shop stewards are pretty much a vehicle for information. Sometimes a union representative wants to get some information out, and shop stewards their job is to kind of relay the information to drivers, to all of the positions that's defined. And what section is that? In the agreement, right? Which is Section 1. All right. And they have no authority to, the shop stewards have no authority to call a strike without the union's authority. They can't just go out on a limb because they're upset with somebody and, they need the union's permission in order to do so. If that agreement is broken, then they can be terminated according to the language. Recognizing the importance of the role of union stewards in resolving differences or disputes between the employer and its employees, the employer reaffirms its commitment to the active involvement of union stewards in such processes in accordance with the terms of this article. The employer shall pay the union stewards for all time spent in grievance meetings. So anytime that you have a grievance meeting or you need a shop steward to show up for you during work hours or after work, whatever, a shop steward is supposed to be paid for all that time that he or she spends defending you. In situations where an employee reasonably believes an investigatory interview will result in disciplinary action and the employee specifically and affirmatively requests representation by a union steward or designated alternate steward, the employer will honor such requests if it proceeds with the investigatory interview. It is understood, however, that this article shall not interfere with legitimate employer prerogative. For example, the employer is not required to postpone an interview because a union steward or the designated alternate steward is unavailable. The employer may carry on its inquiry without interviewing the employee And the employer has no duty to bargain with any union steward or the designated alternate steward who may be permitted to attend the investigatory interview. Moreover, the employer need not honor such requests if the interview is called merely to inform an employee of disciplinary action already decided upon. So, to sum this paragraph up, which is Section 8, dealing with shop stewards, in the event you're in a situation, let's just say you're being accused of something. Let's just say whatever it is. It's a tardy, it's an infraction. It's something where they're writing you up. The company pretty much has the right to, they don't have to honor your request if the shop steward is not there or alternate steward is not there. They can just carry on with their discipline with or without the steward, according to the language. All right, Section 9 is called bargaining unit work. The employer agrees to respect the jurisdiction rules of the union and shall not direct or require its employees or persons other than the employees in the bargaining unit here involved to perform work which is recognized as a work of the employees in said units, except in cases of emergency and training purposes. And Section 10 talks about supervisors working. Supervisors who do not ordinarily perform work assigned to employees covered by this agreement, but may do so in case of emergencies, training, maintenance, and repair work when necessary to return equipment to service, and in other situations where a sufficient number of qualified bargaining unit employees are not immediately available. So this language states that, you know what, if a supervisor decides that he needs to grab a truck and do a route, he can do so under this agreement, but it's only in emergencies in situations of emergencies, training, maintenance, and repair work when necessary to return equipment to service. In other situations where a sufficient number of qualified employees are not immediately available, too many people on FMLA, too many accidents or injuries, or just too many people called off, and then a supervisor, they don't necessarily fall under the driver umbrella, but they're allowed to work under this agreement. I'm gonna stop here because I want to make these videos maybe like 15 minutes max. It's no way somebody who doesn't know who I am or just now being introduced to these videos are going to sit through a video longer than 15 minutes. Maybe you got a 15-minute break. I don't know. But next video will be Article 3, talking about safety and health. Safety and health, okay? But yeah, this is pretty much what these videos are going to be. It's just going to be a refresher, kind of go over these things and talk about it. Now, my like I said, I am not a union representative. I'm just a member like you. I go by the name Big Papita. You can hit me up at bigpapita396@gmail.com if there's any inquiries or any questions about this. But I make these videos for us so we can spread this information. So if you can, share this video with another driver. Put it on blast. If you already got like a chain thread of drivers, share this. And let's it's not about getting likes and subscriptions. This is just about so people can put in just more so about interactions. So eventually we can take this from offline. We could take this from online to offline, and we can build some kind of rapport with each other. All of the groups, all of the locations under this agreement. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Next video is going to be about Article 3, which is safety and health. And I'm out, man. Peace.